Draw like this sort of a funny U shape here for the top of his head. Okay, and then we're gonna stick it out like this for his kind of his mouth area, and we're gonna come up like that to make a sort of a smiley face. And then we're gonna bring it from this corner here. We're gonna come down like so. It gets a little bit wider here. Okay, and now over here, you can just draw nice and loose and relaxed. I'm going to draw the side of his head here. This gets a little bit thicker here. Leave some thickness here. Okay. And then we're going to draw little arms like so. Well, actually, we can figure out what pose we want him in later. Let's get his body shape in. It's kind of like just a little round shape like that. Okay. So it's like this is kind of like a circle stretched out, or like a squarish kind of shape. Think of basic shapes when you're drawing. So we're going to just rough in the basic shapes. All right, now what pose do we want him in?
Just standing still.
Standing still? Okay. Well, okay, let's make his legs then standing still first of all, okay? All right, so let's see. I'm gonna pop out the leg here, so just kind of like a C shape actually. Just pop out a sort of a shape there. Okay, and then you're gonna let's make a sort of a block shape for his feet. And then another C shape right here. Another for the back of his heel. Okay, and then for his bottom of his leg, we're gonna just go in and out like that. Actually, we can go like this. Instead of a C shape, instead of a C, you could do a C shape, or you can also do a triangle shape for the back of his heel. Your choice. Draw his claws in. So let's draw 3 triangles here. Just draw little triangle shapes. So what shape are the claws, kids?
Triangles.
That's right. We're using basic
shape.
That's right. Okay, now we're going to pop out another sort of C shape. So you guys know how to draw the letter C, right? So just think of a C shape or a backward C shape sometimes, okay? And then over here, we're going to draw this sort of, you know in mathematics, greater than and equal. So it kind of reminds me of that, like an equal sign, or, no, I mean not greater than, equal, yeah. Greater than or less than, sorry. Greater than or less than sign, okay? Oh, actually, let's make this foot stick out more. We can make it stick coming at you like this. So you can just pose it how you like. So you kind of draw like a square shape for the foot, and then you just draw triangles over top. You see, that's the beauty of working in pencil. If you can just draw over top of things. Because I've changed the position of his foot, I've also got to change the back of this part. So I can just round it out here like that, okay? Like that. So you can just draw over shapes to refine them. And so it should look something like this now. Straight here, and then curved here around like that. Okay? All right. Now we're going to draw an upside down U shape for the inner belly area. There we go. Upside down U shape. Okay? And now, you see, you got that so far? So an upside down U shape, that's right. And the beauty of working in pencil, you don't need to draw it perfect right now. You can just rough it in. And you can erase if you need to. You can draw over it if you need to. So you can just draw over it and shape the line. You can refine the lines and get the shape you want. That's why it's good to build up your drawing in pencil. Draw lightly, I should mention. Draw lightly. Draw loosely. You don't need to draw like this. See, don't draw like that. Hold the pencil a little bit looser and draw long strokes. Long strokes, use your whole arm. Long sweeping strokes, okay? So we're just establishing the gesture, the pose right now. Okay, now we're going to draw his arms. What pose do we want his arm in?
By his side.
By his side? Let's stick them up or something. What do you think? Okay, let's stick one to the side. Oh yeah, I know. Let's stick it like this. Let's just kind of like a swooping line like this, and then another swooping line like that. Okay? And then he's got 3 fingers. So here's his thumb, and pop out a couple more for his fingers. Okay? Should I put his thumb in the wrong place? I think his thumb can kind of go right there. There we go. All right, and then same for this side. Let's make it a simple pose. I'm going to swoop his arm down here like that. Another swooping line here. And then again, here's his thumb and 2 fingers. They're just like little triangle shapes. So 3 little triangle shapes. And if you need to use your, what's this?
Best friend.
Which is your?
Eraser.
Go right ahead and use it because we're working in pencil. That's the beauty of it. you can just erase and make your drawing nicer and nicer and nicer. And you can just draw over lines to shape them. It's kind of like working with Play-Doh. You know, when you work with Play-Doh, you don't get the right shape right away. You can just squeeze and get the right shape. Well, that's with pencil and erase. You can do that, and you can just draw over the lines. You can erase till you get what you want. Oh, I forgot about his tail. Let's do his tail here. Let's put it right here. Let's curl it past his arm. You can actually put his tail where you like. I'm going to put it right here. And then I'm going to draw a little cloudy. This is sort of a cloud shape or triangular shapes. Always think of shapes. That's the fire. I'm drawing some fire here. Okay? So just draw these loose shapes here. Doesn't need to look exactly like mine. Okay? All right, kids. All right. Now we're going to draw let's draw his eyes, and let's draw them. Actually, let's draw his eyes, and let's draw them big to make him look super cute, because big eyes look cute. So let's just put it right about here. It's like an upside down U shape. So think of the letter U, but turn it upside down. All right, and then make it round at the bottom, a round line at the bottom. And then we're going to draw another one here. And now on this side here, we're going to draw it narrower because his head is turned, right? What do we call that when his head is turned like this?
Perspective.
That's right. His head is in perspective, so it's turning this way. It's a 3/4 view. So as you turn his head this way, you see more of this side than this side. So you see more of this side than this side. So it's kind of like, that's why with the show. That's why it's kind of like this. See, his head's like this. It's turning, right? And this is the center here. These are some guidelines I'm showing you for where the center of his head is. Okay, now let's draw his nose in. Okay, so there's just two little lines. We can just drop them in right about here. Okay, let's do his eyes. Okay, so we're gonna do like a wave shape here. It's like comes up and around. It's just like a wave shape. Okay, and then we're gonna draw a big droopy circle shape right on the top here, like that. Okay, all right, and then on this side we're gonna do the same thing, but it's kind of squished in. It's on an angle, so it's gonna be like so. So perspective means we're looking out at an angle like this, okay? Okay, so now we're going to draw this area here. It's a droopy circle, but it's in perspective. There we go. And you can shade it in. And you can just shade in the areas around it. There we go. Let's check it out. Now let's look at this smile there. Now let's check. And you can refine the shape if you need to. Let's see. Let's draw over it. Let's see what we have here. Let's see if we like what we got. So anything you want to refine, you can refine. You can add some details like what I'm doing, but you don't have to. I'm just putting these sort of Y shapes. They're just indicating folds in the skin. Is what this is kind of my version of Charmander, and I can do that if I want to, and you can do that too, kids. Just make it your own. So now we can just refine the shapes, capture little nuances in the shape. All right, let's take a look what we got here. And if you like what you got, we can. That's right. But before we do that, I forgot his eyebrows. So you can put in some eyebrows. I think I'll put them right here. And this side here, I want to put a little bulge here too to indicate his eye fold. Okay, you don't have to do that, but I'm doing that. So these are little nuances in the shape. You don't have to do that. This is optional. So I made a little bump there, right? I'm also rounding out his eye a little bit more to make it bulge out of his head more. Okay, so now we can just go over it if you need to. Darken some lines if you need to. You don't need to really. All right, here we go. I'm going to fatten this, make his tail a little thicker. You don't need to do that, but I am. You just draw over it. And afterwards, what we're going to do now is grab an ink pen. Or if you want, you could actually, if you don't have an ink pen, you can just lightly erase everything. you can just lightly erase, put your eraser flat and lightly erase everything down, right? And then you can sharpen your pencil. You can erase it better in this, but I'm just giving you an example. Erase it all down so you can still see it, but it's pretty much erased. And then sharpen your pencil, really sharp, and then draw it perfectly as if you were inking it. You can do that too. And when you're inking it or doing this final pencil stage, that's when you want to draw perfectly, just one long stroke if possible, okay? Or at least go in the same direction instead of doing back and forth lines. Okay, you want to do one long stroke or lines in the same direction. And I'll demonstrate that with an ink pen. So I'm grabbing my ink pen. It's just a Sharpie. You can use any ink pen or fine liner you want. And now we're going to ink it. So here's a demonstration I'm going to show you. And turn your paper. It makes a big difference for getting for getting the drawing to your arms to move nicely and smoothly. So just a long line. Just a long, confident line like that. All right. And now we are ready to
time lapse.
That's right. 3, 2, 1, go! Take a look. Wow, I like yours. Wow, okay. Now we can grab out our best friend here to help clean this all up. We can just erase all your pencil marks, and then you'll be left with a nice clean drawing. We hope you had fun drawing Charmander today.
See you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.